The Atlanta Falcons are rebuilding for a dynasty. The Atlanta Falcons' primary goal has been to enhance their roster by adding versatility and depth through smart draft picks and trades. To bolster their running back position, the Falcons drafted Bijan Robinson in the first round, a talented running back out of Texas. He joins Caleb Huntley, Cordell Patterson, and Tyler Algier to create a formidable backfield. In a shrewd move, Atlanta traded a 7th-round draft pick for a tight end, Jonnu Smith, a seasoned veteran who has previously worked with head coach Arthur Smith. This acquisition adds another weapon to their arsenal. After finishing with a surprising 7-10 record last season, the Falcons believe their strengthened roster will give them a competitive edge. Head coach Arthur Smith highlights the flexibility this deep roster provides, allowing for various personnel packages and strategic options on the field. Although Kyle Pitts, their first-round pick in 2021, had a less impressive season following his Pro Bowl debut, the Falcons have faith in his abilities. Paired alongside Jonnu Smith, Kyle Pitts is destined to shine. Coach Smith emphasizes the unique skill sets of both Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson, highlighting their versatility and ability to thrive in different positions on the field. This gives the Falcons a dynamic offense that they're excited about. With second-year quarterback Desmond Ridder at the helm, the Atlanta Falcons are gearing up to compete in the NFC South. They have assembled a multitude of offensive weapons, and their offseason moves aim to position them as strong contenders in the division. After a surprising 7-10 finish in the highly competitive NFC South last year, the Falcons are eager to make a comeback with their revamped offense. In 2022, the Falcons had an average offense scoring 21.5 points per game, placing them 15th in the NFL. The rushing attack showed promise, ranking in the top 10 thanks to the effective duo of Cordell Patterson and rookie Tyler Algier. On the passing front, quarterbacks Marcus Mariota and rookie Desmond Ridder at the time struggled consistently to threaten defenses. Ridder displayed enough potential to earn a shot at becoming the starting quarterback this season. Improvements are needed on the defensive end as well. Last season, the Falcons allowed an average of 22.7 points per game, with particular vulnerabilities in defending the pass. They surrendered nearly 232 passing yards per game and allowed a total of 26 passing touchdowns. The pass rush was also lackluster, managing just 21 sacks, with only one team performing worse in that category. Now, the one player that it is very crucial for to be successful, in order for the Atlanta Falcons to be successful, is that second-year quarterback, Desmond Ridder. The outlook for Desmond Ridder and the Atlanta Falcons offense has undergone a significant shift following the 2023 draft, particularly with the acquisitions of Bijan Robinson and Matthew Bergeron as the starting left guard. The team's offensive approach was already expected to be run-focused, but with the addition of Robinson, a clear standout, Atlanta's rushing attack is set to dominate. Supported by a strong offensive line and an improved defense, head coach Arthur Smith is clearly determined to play football his way. Consequently, expectations for Ridder should be recalibrated, as the team now boasts 3 exceptional rushing options in Algier, Patterson, and Robinson. One intriguing option for Atlanta is to utilize Patterson in a versatile role similar to his impressive performance in the 2021 season. By deploying Patterson all over the field while Robinson and Algier take the backfield, the Falcons can ensure consistent involvement for all 3 players. Additionally, Atlanta's pass-catching depth is limited, and incorporating Patterson as a regular receiver could prove beneficial. Ridder's path to success won't be without challenges, especially with Drake London and Kyle Pitts. In this offense, the second-year quarterback is primarily tasked with orchestrating the team's plays and acting as a facilitator, much like a point guard in basketball. Atlanta's schedule has cleared up significantly and offers a highly favorable path, setting the baseline for the team at 8 to 9 wins, while the realistic expectation should be winning 11 to 12 games. If Desmond Ridder performs even moderately well, the Falcons have a strong chance of reaching double-digit wins and securing a playoff spot. The road to the playoffs won't be a walk in the park for Atlanta, considering the competitiveness within their own division and the challenges posed by their schedule. If Ridder fails to consistently contribute to the team's success in the early part of the season, it becomes evident that he may not be the long-term solution. With Taylor Heinicke waiting on the bench and a roster with playoff aspirations, wouldn't hesitate to turn to their backup. However, this worst-case scenario remains unlikely for the Falcons. Reasonable projections based on the offensive system and Ridder's talent indicate that the second-year quarterback wins while being required to shoulder minimal burden. Playing quarterback is always a demanding task, but in this year's offense, the system devised by Arthur Smith plays to Ridder's strengths, suggesting he is more than capable of executing it at a high level. And if you do not know this, Arthur Smith, formerly an offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans, worked alongside with Ryan Tannehill, and I don't see anything that Tannehill can do that Desmond Ridder cannot. Now, some have begun to argue that Robinson is the most remarkable running back prospect since Adrian Peterson in 2007, which is a claim that supports the often used term generational talent. During his time at Texas, Robinson shattered records by breaking 104 tackles in a single season. This is the highest number recorded ever by PFF. His ability to elude tackles is also extraordinary, and his rushing grade of 96.1 is the best among all college running backs evaluated by PFF. His agility on the field can be deceiving at times, as he seamlessly navigates through defenses, consistently maximizing yardage on each play. With Robinson joining the Falcons' already dominant ground game, there is great potential for excitement. When discussing how early Robinson should be drafted, one crucial question for any team was whether they needed him to fix their run game or simply enhance an already effective one. Atlanta's run game thrived last season despite limited contributions from the passing game, so Bijan Robinson can add value without the need to address fundamental issues. I would also be curious to find out if Bijan Robinson is one of the top receivers on the roster. With Marcus Mariota absent this year, the offense will absolutely need to adapt to involving Desmond Ridder more in the designed run game, an aspect we saw little of during his rookie season, or by improving the efficiency of passing game to alleviate pressure on the rushing attack. Ultimately, the Falcons' success this season will depend heavily on the viability of Ridder as a quarterback rather than solely relying on the rushing attack. However, adding Bijan Robinson, yes, the Bijan Robinson, to an already productive backfield has rightfully propelled him to the forefront of Offensive Rookie of the Year discussions and promises an electrifying performance. And I'm telling you here, right now, over Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, and Anthony Richardson, you should be betting your chips that Bijan Robinson will be winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Let's examine the 2023 win total predictions for the NFC South according to DraftKings Sportsbook's odds as of May 9th, 2023. The Atlanta Falcons are currently sitting at an over-under of 8.5 wins for the regular season. Taking a closer look at the Falcons' offseason moves, they made significant additions to bolster their defense. Calais Campbell and David Onwimata were brought in to strengthen the interior line, while Bud Dupree was signed to boost the pass rush. The cornerback position was addressed through the acquisitions of Mike Hughes and Jeff Okudah. On the offensive side, the Falcons secured Taylor Heinicke, a reliable backup to support Desmond Ridder. The Falcons faced criticism for their first-round draft pick selecting a running back out of Texas, Bijan Robinson, at the 8th overall pick. Despite Robinson's talent, the Falcons already had solid depth at the running back position. This decision became more questionable as Georgia defensive tackle Jalen Carter was still available when they made their pick. Considering these factors, my prediction for the Falcons falls under 8.5 wins. It's difficult to envision the Falcons surpassing this mark given the improvements made by their division rivals, except for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. While Ridder and the enhanced offensive weapons provide some hope, the Falcons will face a tough challenge containing the rest of the NFC. Certain factors could alter my prediction. If Ridder performs well and utilizes the upgraded offense arsenal effectively, the Falcons could exceed expectations. Additionally, their relatively favorable schedule might contribute to a successful season, potentially reaching 9 or more wins. The last time the Atlanta Falcons were in the playoffs was an NFC divisional round game against Philadelphia where they lost 10-15. It is important to remember that the Atlanta Falcons, once upon a time, was a highly respected organization year in and year out with Matt Ryan at the helm as starting quarterback. Can Desmond Ridder alongside elite weapons bring the Atlanta Falcons back to a respectable position? Boy, I can't wait to see. Like, comment, subscribe.